You fine. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to all you bucketheads, and hello there to all our newfoundlings. This is the most disorganized podcast on the internet, Under the Helmet Podcast. Woohoo! I'm under my helmet. Look, we did the bit.
We did the bit. And I am taking off this mask.
Taking off the domino mask. While you're here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can always be notified when we go live. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can be notified when our shows goes live, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. While you're at it, give us a follow on Instagram so you can stay updated with us and the show. Today, we're going to be talking about Moon Knight. So, how are we doing today?
I am doing well. I am very excited for episode 1 of our Moon Knight miniseries, which I have affectionately named Stephen Grant and the horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day.
Horrible, no good, very bad day. All right. You're right, Callahan. Face cam is back for Eli. But before we get going, I just want to say that we have news and rumors. This is one of the first times we're actually breaking news on a podcast. And that is Kenobi's release date has been pushed back to the 27th of May. Alrighty. Yep. Kenobi has been pushed back. So while we ponder how we feel about that, I'm going to let our guests into the stream. For everybody, give us a warm welcome to Michael. He's going to be joining our stream right now. He is our resident Moon Knight expert because neither of us know a darn thing about this guy. Add him to the stream. There we are.
There he is.
Hello, Michael.
Hey, how's it going?
Michael!
How are you guys?
We're doing good.
What's up?
Super glad to have you on, man.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you, guys.
Yep,
Been excited about this one for a second.
What was that?
Absolutely. So So we said we were excited about having you on the show. So we were just talking about the release date of Kenobi just got pushed back to the 27th. It got pushed back 2 days, and they're going to be releasing the first 2 episodes, which I'm excited. That's going to be great. I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, perfectly okay with it. Just needed a couple more days in the oven. No biggie. But those of you notice Eli and our usual setups. Eli is streaming to us from a undisclosed bunker. And I'm at my parents' house.
My resident undisclosed
bunker. So next Thursday we should be back to our normal. Yep, I brought a ring light. Oh, hey, look, I'm Moon Knight. But yes, so I brought my ring light, I brought my mic, I brought my laptop and everything. So visiting my parents for the weekend. Oh, look, now I don't look like I'm being blinded to death by the sun. Perks, I get 1 ring light and don't know how to act. All right. What the bollocks? Oh, that looks a little bit more natural. Sorry, switch to my default Alfred voice real quick. So,
oh boy,
Michael.
Yes.
You are our Moon Knight expert. So before we get started on diving into the meat and potatoes of this first episode, we're gonna talk non-spoilers. So that's why I got the non-spoiler banner up. Doing good with that. What'd you think of the episode?
Honestly, I really liked it. It's different from what I expected, but the biggest thing as a many-year fan of the character, Moon Knight has always been about change, about pushing boundaries, breaking limits, breaking boundaries, just going beyond and seeing what you can update, what you can change, what you can add on to. So we as fans, the worst thing we can do is have our minds closed to any sort of change.
I really like that. Yeah. So when Eli and I were preparing for this series, we're like, okay, we're going to do this, do our episodes on Moon Knight, but we're both thinking like, we know absolutely nothing about this character. Like, honestly, the only place I know Moon Knight from are those like memes of Moon Knight where he's like telling the Punisher, oh, is your family still dead? Or he's just like throwing a bunch of knives and it's like random bullshit, go. And that's the only Moon Knight.
I know you hear Dracula, you big fucking nerd.
Yep,
where's my goddamn money?
Yes. Oh, new favorite one. He's talking to Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm the Silver Surfer. Give me your lunch money."
Yes. So I want to get into So on Instagram, you go by the name of Brickspector, and you post some really cool Lego work. I was scrolling through your account today, and I got to say, I love your Daredevil stuff.
Thank you. Daredevil is obviously my other favorite, especially
Absolutely.
the Netflix
So
show.
right now in the plans, we have a like sort of idea to do a Daredevil episode eventually. So we will definitely have to have you back on for that one because
Absolutely. I'd
I'm
love
a
to.
He was
Daredevil
my
guy.
planned expert for that one. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna lie, Michael. I've had you in the back of my head for a lot of episodes. I was just wondering when to like really bring you in.
Oh, hey, I'm here for it.
Oh, dude, we'd love to have you full time. Actually, we can definitely talk. We can talk about this more after the show if you're interested.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to talk about it.
You can be our resident expert here. So tell us a little bit about the while we're in non spoilers. I personally really liked the episode. I thought it was great. I go into this show knowing almost nothing about the character. So that's actually really cool for me because I'm typically not in that situation. Like Loki, we all know about Loki. Falcon Winter Soldier, huge Cap fan. So like I know these characters up and down. But going into a show with a character I knew nothing about is actually really exciting to me because I purposely avoided the like things you should know about Moon Knight and like here's 10 powers Moon Knight has. I was like, nope, I don't want to read any of it. I want to go in blind. I watched like the one trailer and that was it. So going in, I'm stoked because all I know about this guy is that he's got dissociative identity disorder. There's like 3 personalities in there, and he's Jewish. Like, that's all I know.
There's more than 3.
Yeah, I'm really glad you said that though, because one thing I'm really curious about with the show is how people are going to receive him as a character. Like, knowing as much about him as I do, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that full new experience. There are so many questions that I think the show's going to answer that have already been answered for comic book fans. So I'm curious to see how you guys are going to take it.
Okay, we can definitely talk about that more as the show comes out too, because I'll keep avoiding those like videos and stuff. But so I wanted to. So what's your history with the character Moon Knight? Like where's your background with Moon Knight stem from?
Extensive to my knowledge.
I want to say I discovered him around 2013 or 14. I think it was actually like I had heard the name before, but I never really was interested until actually Lego Marvel Superheroes. He was a playable character in that game.
Yes.
So I found that, did some reading, looked into him, and then I went to my local comic book shop, and then the 2014, that run had actually just started. So I picked up the first couple of issues of that, and that was kind of my introduction to the character. To this day, I think that's probably still my favorite comic, but after that, I went on a real, like, trench run, if you will, and read just about every Moon Knight comic I could, and I've kept that up to this day.
I like it. So what personally about Moon Knight really speaks to you as a character? Like what do you like? Because I think everybody, like, when they have a character that they love, they do something that like they relate to them in some way. Like for me, I'm a huge fan of like Captain America's like never say die attitude, and like I'm a big Superman guy, and I love that Superman is just like this beacon of hope, no matter how like dark and bleak the situation is. Like, what about Moon Knight like draws you to his character?
To me, what compels Moon Knight is that he's not perfect. He's this person who's still trying to figure it out. The biggest running theme across every one of his renditions is the question at the center of it being, who is Mark Spector? Not who is Moon Knight, but who is the man himself? Who is Mark Spector? And not beyond the personalities. What kind of a person is he? That question is something we all have to struggle with and we all face in our lives. And I think it's really, really amazing to see that done so honestly in a comic book.
Yeah, I really like that. So you talk about, Mark Spector, and I think the show's first episode really delves into the Stephen Grant perspective. So can you give us a little bit of a character summary? Like, what is the different parts of Moon Knight? Like who all plays into it?
So the first one that comic book readers would have met would have been Mark Spector. That's Moon Knight's birth name, the character he was before any of this started. Then when I'm not going to go too in depth in his origin story because I don't know how much they're going to change or keep in the show, so I don't want to spoil anything.
I gotcha.
But Khonshu gets involved, and his different personalities, starting with Mark Spector, is an honest guy, a mercenary, but has a good moral compass. Then, as he develops as Moon Knight, there's obviously Moon Knight, Avatar of Khonshu, and Fist of Vengeance. That's the main superhero, the one everybody knows. Then Stephen Grant. Now, this is one that I'm very interested to hear people talk about. On the page, he's a very classy, wealthy businessman, but as you guys know, he was portrayed pretty differently in the show.
I was going to say, from my knowledge of him, Stephen Grant is kind of almost your Bruce Wayne, sort of. I know Moon Knight fans hate it when people compare him to Batman. But it's just kind of the general vibe, like that very wealthy businessman, affluent, charismatic kind of persona.
Yeah, and to be completely honest, back when Moon Knight first started his own run in 1980, I think a lot of it was inspired by Batman. I know a lot of people don't like that comparison. I don't personally, because he's stemmed very far from that since then. But back when it first started, it was a very one-note character with very clean-cut identities. I think a lot of that was inspired by the Bruce Wayne thing.
Okay, and then so now where does now we've seen the posters of I believe it's Mr. Knight, which
Yes.
is where him in the suit with the sleeves rolled up and just beautiful poster work. Like, the posters for this show have been incredible. Like every single one I've seen has just been an absolute banger. So who's Mr. Knight? Is he like Mark Spector's sort of like version of Moon Knight?
Mr. Knight, I'm glad you asked, is honestly my favorite comic book character of all time. He's sort of another persona from Moon Knight, another one to add on to Mark Spector's admittedly lengthy collection. He's essentially Moon Knight, but more of a smart-ass detective. Imagine Netflix Jessica Jones meets Netflix Daredevil, because he's not afraid to get his hands dirty when it comes down to it, too.
Okay. So how many currently in comics personalities are in Moon Knight?
Currently, I think there are those 5, the 4 I mentioned, as well as Jake Lockley, which almost a counterpart to Stephen Grant. Jake Lockley is a lower kind of hood area taxi driver. He's where Mark gets a lot of his contacts, a lot of his street information, street knowledge, all that sort of thing. So I'm wondering if or how they're going to utilize him in the show.
Sort of his ear to the ground.
Yes,
kind of person.
Precisely.
Okay. So what I'm so you said there's 5 personalities. There's, let me see if I get this right. So there's Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, and then what was the last guy?
Jake Lockley.
Jake
Is
Lockley.
it Lockley
Okay.
or Loxley?
Lockley.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I have been saying that wrong.
That's interesting to me, and I just want to kind of get out ahead of the bus. We're not looking at this from the perspective of any kind of like ableist discussion. So just want to get that out the way right now. We're not trying to do this in a way that's going to be considered ableist. We're just curious about the character and trying to learn about the character. When you have characters like this, it's easy to like sort of go off into like, oh, well, this character's like this, and you got to be very careful how you talk about him, as in a way that's ableist. So if I say anything that's like, incorrect, please feel free to correct me and just that's not accurate to the character and it's not accurate to the thing. Because the last thing we want to do is offend or upset anybody. Quick little tangent.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Like, that's probably the other thing that really draws me to Moon Knight as a character. He's always been a beacon for imperfect mental health in heroes. Like, a lot of the times in like Captain America and Superman, like you stated, you see these real icons of just goodness. But with Moon Knight, you see this struggle, this inner conflict, this person who deals with these real issues. And as somebody who's dealt with anxiety and depression, I'm no stranger to mental illness. So seeing a hero suffer with that too is very inspiring to me personally.
Absolutely. And I think with the past few years that the entire world has had, we can definitely sort of relate to that, that imperfect character and those flawed characters and how they interact with the world around them and the way they sort of deal with everyday life, because we're all at the end of the day imperfect and flawed. you have these paragon heroes, which are the aspiration to ascribe to, but yet you also have these imperfect characters that are like, I'm trying to think there's an old phrase I remember somebody used to say, which I think it's if you shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon or something like that.
If you shoot for the moon, you land on the stars.
Yeah, something along those lines. But it's very true because you have these aspirations that you try to set to. But what's great about those aspirational characters is that even in universe, they inspire others to do good, and I think that is huge. Especially like, for example, we all know the Punisher looks up to Captain America. Nightwing looks up to Superman, kind of deal.
Jason Todd looks up to Nightwing.
No, Jason Todd does not look up to Nightwing.
I was gonna say, wow,
Michael, you missed out last episode.
You're trying to stir some pots there.
Oh, hands were thrown last episode. Virtual, metaphorical hands were thrown.
Yeah, wait till you see my figure of the day.
Oh,
okay, that's good because I don't have any figures for my figure of the day, so that's exciting.
I told him about.
I want to go quick transition to very very limited spoilers. So if you're interested in the DC versus Vampires run, plug your ears and go la 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 la, because slight spoiler. Does anybody care about spoilers? Let somebody sign off in chat real quick. Give me the okay. I'll switch the banner real quick. People. I'll switch my banner real quick. Wait. No. Wait.
Oh no.
Wait. Punisher memes go so hard.
Love that shit. All right, hold on. Where are my banners at? All right, let's switch spoilers. All right, spoilers. So, Nightwing is King Vampire, apparently. Whoa.
What?
Big reveal. Yeah, if you're following DC versus Vampires, apparently Nightwing is like really high up in the vampire like. I don't know much about the run, but there's the scene that's going around right now, and of course people have to thirst over it. Which, don't get me wrong, I understand. I understand the desire to thirst, but they're thirsting over a scene where Nightwing quite literally puts his fist through Batman's chest, rips his heart out, and is like holding his heart in his hands as like the bat symbol is broken. It's actually a really beautiful image. I sent it to Eli earlier today.
Kalima.
People are like thirsting it after it. And it's like, dang, okay. Unhinged behavior.
Yeah, out of pocket. All right.
Out of pocket. Like, don't get me wrong. We understand. I understand the desire to simp, but I would say I can't simp. He's a murderer, but I'm a Jason Todd stan, so I can't say anything.
I was going to say you don't have shit to say.
Be fair,
you do not have shit to say about that.
Let's run that back because guess who whooped Nightwing's ass and told him, "Yeah, I've been holding back all these years." Jason Todd.
Guess
how he lost? Guess how he lost the fight? Vampire Wonder Woman had to intervene. Dang, you can't fight your brother, so you gotta call in the Amazonian warrior princess. Hopped up on vampire stuff, and you still couldn't lose. You still had to lose. Dang, disrespected. Best Robin. Rest my case. Why couldn't this issue have come out last week? Anyways, back to Moon Knight.
Man,
back to non-spoilers. Back to non-spoilers for Moon Knight. Eli, what did you think of the first episode?
This episode was so good. I tell you what, babe, when did we watch this episode?
When it came out.
Oh yeah, we watched it when it came out. Oh,
later that afternoon.
Yes.
You stayed up late. You stayed up late and watched it?
I did not stay up late. I watched it the afternoon after it came out. So my work starts at 5 a.m. Which is why both of you have your inboxes flooded with memes at 5 a.m. Because I'm
been there,
getting ready.
I read them when I wake up at 6:30.
Yeah, as such, that means I'm awake at like 3 a.m. It also means I'm getting ready for work and driving to work at 3 a.m., which means I can't watch Moon Knight until I go.
Makes sense. Yeah. So. I've been lucky, so I avoided all spoilers. I didn't watch the episode until was it Friday? Or no, not Friday. Shoot, it's Thursday. Dadgummit, it's been a long week.
Thursday. Thursday.
I didn't watch it until last night, basically. Like,
Yeah.
I sat down probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch Moon Knight. So I sat down, watched it, and I even like texted you. I was like, okay, I'm watching it. I'm intrigued. Bruh. I was hooked. Also, I just want to say to everybody in this show who have the discourse on this show, like the biggest thing that's revolved around that I've noticed is like the feet, like the feet shackles. Like I'm on TikTok, and I guess I'm on a weird side of TikTok.
I was
because
wondering where
people
that
were,
was
like,
going.
thirsting
That-
over the boys' feet, and I'm just like, okay, go off, queen, I guess.
I guess everybody has their taste.
Judgmentally
Everybody
sips water.
does.
But another part of it was I saw on video, which is absolutely hilarious. This they took the clip from the episode. All right, so I think now is the time to transition into spoilers. It's coming. Spoilers for Moon Knight incoming. Spoiler
We
banner
got the
is
banner up.
live. Spoiler banner is live. So when Mark Spector says to the painted man sitting there, can't really bring a girl home with ankle restraints on the bed.
Well, no.
And I
He
said
said that. He said that's about as big of a red flag as I gets. And I said to that loudly and to everyone present in the room, I don't know that that's a red flag. That feels green to me.
Cap. That's Cap right there. You see, you just got to find the right girl, Mark. Or not Mark,
Precisely.
Steven. You just got to find the right girl. But anyways, yeah. That was very interesting to me, was that scene. And I was like, that's either going to go over people's heads or it's going to be a focal point. And it cut to this girl, and she's just like, yeah, red flag. And she's like cautiously sipping her water. It's like, okay, girl, don't expose yourself like that. But proud of you. Own it. Be proud.
Real fast, I just saw Gabby's comment, and I wanted to say the best Robin is absolutely Jason.
King.
Absolutely.
King behavior.
No debate.
King behavior.
I'll go as far as to say he's my favorite DC character.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball. Spicy Mamma Mia. You know what? I really respect Magnus here saying Tim Drake. Big respect.
Magnus
to
here
that.
is out for Tim Drake.
Magnus, I don't know about that one.
I respect that.
Magnus
I
is our
respect
resident Tim Drake stan.
Well, what's great about Tim Drake is that he's the first Robin to have living parents. So no parents. Dang, how's it
With the heat.
How does it feel to have dead parents? I'm trying to do the thing. I gotta pull the Vine boom up. Hold on.
I remember back when
The other
back
night
when
we were
the Spider-Verse
Vine
was
boom.
coming out, there was an article that was like 25 things that Miles Morales can do that Peter Parker can't, and the number fucking one was hug his parents.
I remember that. That was so bad.
Oh,
Speaking
Like
of out
that-
of pocket.
that hurt me seeing that.
He can also hug. Oh, well, I would say he can also hug his uncle, but he can't do that. Sorry, Into the Spider-Verse. Let me just look something up real quick. I think we all know where this is going. But, I just gotta say, Tim Drake could really hit them boys with a no parents.
All right, that was good.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of fun in the show with sound effects. Last episode we were sitting there imitating the Lego death cries from Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Pretty close to Leia's, not gonna lie. Proud of that one. We had way too much fun, and I think I pissed my neighbors off. But okay, sorry guys.
There we go.
They're Star Wars fans. They have a Baby Yoda sticker on their car. They're fans, right?
Are you
But,
talking
alright,
about
so-
your neighbors
so
that you continually?
I want to talk about continually harass every time the show comes on.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get a noise complaint one of these days if you haven't already.
I haven't. I'm actually not that loud.
Oh, All right. I got a noise complaint, and I live in a house.
They hear the lightsaber swinging at like 3 a.m. and they're like, obviously this guy is deranged. So it's better to not file a noise complaint because if we do, he'll stab us. Under the Helmet Podcast does not condone stabbing your neighbors with your lightsabers at 3:30 a.m. Please do not do that. This is not a crime.
I feel like we
This
need to
is a
make a
crime.
compilation of all of the Dylan's disclaimers.
Disclaimer: Under the Helmet Podcast does not promote illegal activities. That is not okay. Please do not commit crimes. Not cool. Crime. Knock it off. All right. So you mentioned this character earlier, and I want to Kondushu, the
Khonshu.
Egyptian god.
Yes, so Khonshu.
Say that one more time.
Khonshu. He is the god, the Egyptian god of the moon, vengeance, and watcher of travelers in the night.
So one more time with the name.
It's Khonshu. So Khonshu.
Oh, okay. I spelled that way off because on my little note card here, I wrote Kondushu, except my handwriting was terrible and my U's look like V's because I am a toddler. Kondushu.
Khonshu.
Please. You got into this part. Let us know you got to this part of the video. Type Kondushu in the chat, in a comment down below, and let me know how to properly pronounce it. Leave multiple comments.
Michael, you can see the comments as they're going, right?
Harass me online.
Yes.
Under the Helmet Podcast does not promote harassment.
Magnus is kind of right.
I feel like we need to pull up Magnus. Say it like
Khonshu. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Khonshu. Bless you. Khonshu, a relative of Mushu from Mulan.
The shoe verse.
Yeah, into the shoe verse. Oh, did my screen just comment up? Is the comment up? There we go. Like Mushu from Mulan, except different. So he's the god of vengeance. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, so he's essentially the deity who gives Moon Knight life and makes him what he is.
He's the one who keeps resurrecting him when he gets his ass beat, isn't he?
Yes, precisely.
Gotcha. Noted.
All right, and then the so the villain of the story. Can you like shed a little bit of light on who he is? I like his little tattoo as well, with the forearm tattoo with the scales.
Oh yeah, it's a Daredevil reference.
It's a Daredevil
I'm sorry.
reference. Really,
I can turn everything into a Daredevil reference. That's my secret talent.
Dang, look at me getting arrested right now. What a Daredevil reference! I need a really good lawyer.
Exactly.
Dang, I got arrested for running around Walmart just like Spider-Man. Better call my really good lawyer. Under the Helmet Podcast does not condone running around your local Walmart just like Spider-Man. Please,
yes,
if
the
you
fuck
do,
we do.
wear a cup and record it. Under the Helmet Podcast does not condone getting arrested. That's not okay. Don't do bad things. I actually did see a guy though who does like public skits dressed like a man. It's hilarious. So he calls himself like, so he has the Tobey Maguire and the Tom Holland scene. He calls himself Moby Taguire and Rom Tolland or something like that. He's absolutely hilarious. And he'll like run up to people and be like, my spider senses are tingling, and like point at people. It's so funny. He did get in trouble at Walmart one time because he climbs up a shelf and is like sitting on top of the shelf. Like he's like, I'm looking for Doc Ock or something like that. And like they had to call security on this guy. And he gets taken to a back office, but he's got a guy following him with a camera. So the camera guy's sitting out front, and you can just hear him in the office, and they're just like, you can't run around the store and be climbing on stuff. And he's like, yes, ma'am, I understand that. And she's just like, we're not going to arrest you today. He's like, you're not arresting me? Thank goodness. It's all a bit. Absolutely hilarious. Deranged behavior. Under the Helmet Podcast does not promote deranged behavior.
Have you seen our episodes?
Under the Helmet podcast does not promote deranged behavior in an uncontrolled environment.
Okay.
We are professional actors doing professional stunts. We're professional people doing professionalism at all times.
I feel like that's a hell of a promotion, but I'll take it.
Well, because if you do something, like I've learned this from TikTok. If you're doing like martial arts that doesn't involve a lightsaber, you kind of have to preface that you're a professional doing professional things, or you're like have training. Because if not, you get community guidelines, and then no ad revenue, no creator fund. Speaking of creator fund, I'm almost at 1,000 TikTok followers. Whoop.
Woo!
Flex
Nice.
on him real quick. Hi, Hope. Hope's a friend of mine. So, hello, Hope.
I gotcha.
Welcome to the show.
I was like, we have a new friend.
We do have a new friend. My friend.
Good friends in the stream.
Friends
All
on
right.
the stream.
I feel like we ought to. So we were talking about this main villain.
Yes. So,
And the god Hachu.
Kachu.
Conchu. Bless you.
Yeah, actually, the villain, Arthur Harrow, he's something that
Okay.
really interests me about the series. So, in all honesty, his character appears in one issue of one comic ever. I'm pretty sure he's a very, very small role. Like, prior to this show's publicity, if you would have asked me who Arthur Harrow was, I would have said, "Isn't he that one ginger mad scientist?" And that would have been all I could have told you about him.
He doesn't.
That being said, Ethan Hawke is a great actor. Even from what we just saw in this first episode, I'm really
my
excited to
gosh.
see what he has in store. But I think using a minor villain is a good idea.
Oh,
Moon
absolutely.
Knight as a character is very much about self-exploration. So I'm glad. I think this is a sign that they're going to take some time to really focus on that this season too.
Yeah, that's exciting. Really exciting to me. And then you said the guy's actor's name is Ethan Hawke was his name?
Yes. He was
Okay,
in
so
Dead Poets Society, a bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
so up until the show came out, I knew this wasn't him, but doesn't Ethan Hawke look just like Fabio? Like if
You know,
put up
I
a
can
picture
see
of,
it.
like Ethan Hawke and you put up like Fabio and you put them side by side and we're like, spot the difference. I couldn't.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, like he looks just like Fabio. And like I'm the king of like relating celebrities that look nothing alike. So I don't know if it's just me.
No, there's
Or if
something there.
It's something there. Like Eli, can you see if you could pull up, or do you think you could pull up a picture of it? I don't like it. My computer just go and just
Let me play
absolutely crash
Oracle
on
for
us.
a moment.
Yeah. Oracle. Look up Ethan Hawke and Fabio. Do a side by side retinal comparison. Nah, you gotta pull the Alfred from the Dark Knight trilogy. Master Wayne, what are you looking at pictures of Ethan Hawke and Fabio together, side by side? Because, Alfred, they look so identical. There's something going on here, I know it. Master Wayne, it's been 3 days. Please take a shower. You don't understand,
Okay.
Alfred. I'm a Sigma male.
Upon
All right, go ahead.
initially
Go ahead, Oracle.
seeing Ethan Hawke, would not have compared it. But his look in Moon Knight, Fabio vibes.
Yeah. Pull it up. Pull it up on the screen, mate. Put it in the share.
I'm attempting to pull it up right now. It's not pulling up very well.
It's not
Okay.
loading on the screen.
Let's see. Open
You've
image.
got to hit the
tab.
share button,
Oh,
and then
that's-
I hit
that's
add to
image.
stream.
Open image and tab.
Professional podcasters, ladies and gentlemen, we're professionals.
I'm sharing my screen.
She's sharing your
All
screen.
right. We have initially
All
Fabio.
right. Here we go. Hold on. Got to add it to the stream right quick.
And then we have. Oh, I cannot
Whoa.
share multiple. I cannot
got
share
thirsty.
multiple screens.
Where'd it go? It
What?
disappeared.
I've brought it
We
back.
had it for a brief second. It was quite thirsty. All right. So first here we have Ethan Hawke from. Oh bloody! I forgot the name of the show.
This is Fabio.
Could afford me.
That's Fabio.
Sorry, I
This.
got too thirsty. Too thirsty. This brother quenched over here.
This is Ethan Hawke.
All right.
Yeah, like I never would have made the comparison, but I can see
Yeah,
it.
Yep.
like exactly. Under the helmet, exclusive commentary right here. Ethan Hawke, Fabio. What's the difference?
I think we should leave Thirstio up for a little while.
For the viewers,
I
please.
think-
I think Dylan would enjoy that. Dylan
Quick
seems
dates
to enjoy
reviews, yeah, because
Thirstio
my
quite
brain's
a
already
bit.
working at max capacity. Like, sheesh. All right, so I wanna skip to him. Hi, Fabio. I have the power. All right. So I want to talk about the very end of the episode, which
Oh, we're skipping.
I'm not
down.
gonna lie. Your boy got hype when the so what was the thing chasing him? Was it like a I know it was like a Egyptian dog, but like what's the backstory for that thing?
We
I'm
gotta
not-
ask our professional.
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure where that's coming from. But one piece of insight I'll share is that Arthur Harrow in Marvel Comics, in that one-off issue he had, he was experimenting on soldiers, kind of combining people, trying to make the perfect servant, essentially. So my thinking is like that one woman that he killed, and then he had his guys take her away. What if he's taking those people's bodies and doing kind of the same thing here?
Ooh.
This is all
That is
speculation
pretty
based off of what he does in the comics, but just tossing around some ideas.
I will say
Absolutely.
when
I
you
wanna pull up Callahan right there.
when
A
you
werewolf.
initially
A wolf
Sorry,
of
when
where? Wolf of Wall Street.
God, the Were of Wolf Street.
Connection to the Disney Plus Werewolf by Halloween special for this year. Hold on.
Yes. Oh, that's gonna be good.
What is that? Disney Plus Halloween special.
Oh, you've not heard?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a Disney Plus Halloween special centered around Werewolf by Night. He's a Marvel character, pretty obscure, but his
He
biggest
wasn't
claim
in-
to fame is that one of his comics is actually where Moon Knight made his first ever appearance.
He also appeared in an
Interesting.
episode of Ultimate Spider-Man. Moon Knight also
Interesting.
appeared in an episode of Ultimate
The
Spider-Man.
Moon Knight Before Christmas.
Yep.
So good.
That's
Such
funny.
a good episode.
I love that.
That kept
All
my
right,
childhood
so-
alive.
Yeah, I personally let's circle back here. Look at that corporate speak. Circle back to that that
I feel
fight
like
at
it's
the
not
end.
as
where-
effective when you label it as corporate speak.
You're right. You are correct. That is a very valid point you raise. I know you can't see my hands, but they're like this, and they're like awkwardly placed right along my diaphragm. That is a very good point, and I'm pointing my fingers up and down like this and speaking in a very monotonous, non-threatening tone because I want you to know that I support you and your opinion is valued, but I will not listen to you. This is Under the Helmet, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and then also we want to but yeah, so I thought it was really cool when Mark was speaking to Steven and he was like, let me take over and let me take control. And it went from he's getting mauled to he beats the brakes off that creature. I mean, throws it out the door and then pulls it back in like, I'm not done with you yet.
It was like clawing at the door trying to get away. And he just yanked that bitch back in.
Dylan's got the trade offer.
There is no escape.
Trade offer. I give you a Black Series Boba Fett helmet. You give me your soul.
Oh, This escalated
You're
quickly.
immortal. I'm not giving away this helmet.
Also,
Black Series
Something
Moon
that-
Knight when? Moon Knight helmet when? It's okay. I'll never replace you. I love
Michael,
this
don't
helmet.
worry. Your birthday present is in the works.
I love this helmet. Sheesh.
One thing that I was thinking of as Mark Spector was having the conversation with Steven of let me take control. All I could think of was the TikTok audio of Veronica open the door.
Okay, I didn't think of that one. I actually heard a really good audio that made me think of it. So let me pull it up real quick. It's a I was gonna make a video about it and then forgot.
I did want to
made
let
it
you
like-
guys know I've got a little bit of work yet to do, so I'm gonna have to head off here in a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, we're pretty much wrapping up. We're just gonna finish. So while I pull this up, where do you think the story of Moon Knight is going? Like where do you think the story is gonna go? Oh my gosh, what the world? Okay, congrats.
I think the center of the series is gonna shift from Steven more so to Mark.
Okay.
Like, I don't think Steven's gonna continue being like the main character, if you will. But I think they're going to use him as a vessel to explore Mark, if that makes sense.
That's pretty cool. I really like that because as somebody who knows almost nothing about Moon Knight, having that POV character that knows nothing and is learning as he goes. Oh
Yeah, it very much
I
feels
personally
that kind of
think it's cool.
everyman role.
Yeah. A question for you, Michael.
Yeah.
Given that Mark Spector is normally the main personality, do you think we will see things shift to Mark being our main focus, or do you think they might stick with Steven?
I absolutely think it will shift to seeing it through Mark, honestly. One curious thing is that they didn't show much of any of his origin story yet. So I'm assuming once we go back and get a chance to see that, then we're going to see it from the more honest perspective of Mark.
Okay. Ooh.
I want to pull this up real quick. Potential
I
Black
was gonna
Knight cameo. They've got a museum in London. That would be very
I'm here
interesting.
for
to
it.
say,
I'm here
especially
for
with
it.
the way
Yeah, I'm
Eternals.
down.
Are you sure you're ready for that?
I am
Mr.
too.
Whitman?
So
Midnight Suns.
it was
Blade.
I was because that's Blade, absolutely. So I think what they're and I've heard this theory tossed around it, but they're setting up a Midnight Suns movie
Oh,
or
I'm
show
here for
where they're
it.
going to be.
Yeah, they're one of, if not my
All
favorite
right,
Marvel teams.
so MCU. All right, so MCU Midnight Suns. Who are you putting on your Midnight Suns? And then we'll do that as a sort of our concluding question before we do Fig of the Day.
So we've definitely got probably those three we mentioned being Moon Knight, Black Knight, and Blade. Now,
Mhm.
being wishful, I would like to add Daredevil and the Punisher. At least the Punisher. Maybe Iron Fist. I'm not sure what they're doing with him.
Ooh.
And then Doctor Strange.
Softly rebooting.
Yeah.
Iron Fist, kind of trash.
Yeah, kind
No,
of dog ass.
Kind of disappointing. TBH.
Yeah.
Although-
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
So this actually reminds me of a really good story talking about Iron Fist. So I used to work as a beach lifeguard, and it was at a state park, so we interacted with the park rangers, and one of the park rangers was our boss. We were coming in from a day on the beach, and he looks at me, Callahan. I will bring that comment up in 1 second after I finish the story. But he looks at me and he says, and I think the whole day I was like on beach. We were talking about like the Marvel Netflix shows. And I was just dogging on Iron Fist, just all day long. Just saying, this show's dog shit. This is trash.
My name is Danny Rand. I am the immortal Iron Fist.
My name
Sworn
is Danny
enemy of
Rand.
the
I'm
hand, protector of Kunlun. I don't care.
Exactly.
That's just as fascinating as the first 89 times you told me that.
We do not care. But anyway, so I was dogging on the show all day long. We get into the office, and this guy, our boss, looks at me and he goes, you look like a character from the show that I'm watching. I'm like, oh, what show is it? And I'm like, oh, it sounds cool. What show is it? I'll have to check it out. He goes, it's this Netflix show called Iron Fist. I was like, hold on. I gotta hit it. This was one of these moments. Yeah, it was quite literally a certified bra moment. We all looked at each other because my coworkers had heard me just dogging this show all day long, and they were just we were all sitting there, and it just went. Awkward silence.
It went.
Awkward silence.
Oh,
I forgot to turn my sound off. Well, yeah, so we were all sitting there after this man says, "You look like Iron Fist." After I dogged the show all day and just hear
Man, that's cold.
hit him, it was a certified moment. Absolutely insane. But yes, Callahan put up a really good point. I'd love to see Ghost Rider.
That's
yes.
the number one that I thought of. I just have huge holdouts. I'm a huge Robbie Reyes fan, so I'm really concerned if they're going to reboot him from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have some hard reservations about that because I think they did a really good job with him in that show.
Agents of
I
S.H.I.E.L.D.
think
has
so
a
too. I
time-traveling
think
plane.
I haven't watched much Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It makes you get
I have
emotionally
not watched
attached
much
to a
of
plane.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
I was first to Lola,
two
but
planes,
I didn't
and a
get past
car.
the first season of
And a car.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But
two cars.
I would love to see Ghost Rider. So I
And
am
a
one of
robot
the
man.
minority of people that actually really enjoy the Nick Cage Ghost Rider. I think that movies are great, and honestly, I've heard as point is Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, if he does show up in Multiverse of Madness, that'd be pretty cool. If he doesn't show up in Multiverse of Madness, that'd also be pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I have no expectations for this movie. I'm
I have-
avoiding leaks because literally everyone's in the movie at this point. Honestly, at this point, they're just going to turn the camera around and be like, "Congrats, you guys are all making a
did you
cameo
guys
in
You are in
Multiverse
the
of
I'm gonna
Madness
be
in the
Doctor
theater."
Strange.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be Doctor Strange too. Me too, man. What role do you play? I play Tony
Confused
Stark
fan.
variant where he's Iron Lad.
Oh right,
Spoiler
dude,
alert,
I
I'm
play
Kang.
your mom.
Hey, you're my mom's variant. Nice.
I play confused podcast host number 2.
Dang. Underwhelming cameo, bro. What? They brought a DC character into a Marvel movie? Now literally anything can happen. Marvel versus DC movie when? Okay, guys, so here now we've got Marvel versus DC. No, I'm just playing. I actually love that guy. I was just mocking. I love that guy. But before we get going, I just wanted to give a shout out real quick to the Instagram / Twitter guy Theories by T for the great idea for the title. I posted on our Instagram story today. I shot him a DM and said, "Hey man, do you mind if I name our podcast this?" He didn't respond, so I'm taking it as a yes. So to be fair though, it was like, "Hey man, mind if I use your joke as my title?" After like sharing his story, so he probably just didn't see it. And if he has a problem with it, sorry, bro. I think we can go back and change it.
Oh.
Morbius will be the first movie still 0 seconds. Oh, you mean Midbius?
Midbius.
Midbius. Because that movie looks mid. Also, we might need to. We're gonna conclude our episode with that because I will not talk Midbius or its post-credit scene because it makes no sense. But anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, Michael. You'll have to come back to our
Thank you
Moon Knight
guys so
episode.
much.
You're definitely gonna be our regular for this. So I love talking to you. Would love to have you more for our Moon Knight episodes.
Wait, whoa.
We gotta figure the day.
Figure the day.
bruh.
Figure the what?
Bring that-
Wait a
bring
second.
that
We
book.
need better light on that boba.
Here, give me a second.
Bring
Is
forth
that
boba.
classic. That's a classic boba.
It is. I wanted to
Nice.
throw up a few guys to. How do I reverse my camera?
That's a good question.
Hey, be fair.
What if I just?
To be fair, I feel like
Oh,
Jared
he's
Leto's
showing off the full collection.
Joker is better. than his Mobius. That's a nice collection you got there.
There we go. Can you guys see?
Yeah. No, that
That's a
Boba,
nice
that Boba
Jason
Fett looks
Todd.
amazing.
All right.
That's a really nice Jason Todd minifig. Very, very jealous.
Be a shame if
considering
somebody
that is
weren't
like
to have it.
$50 minifig.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw those guys up as a thanks for you guys having me on the show.
Hey, we
Yeah, thanks
appreciate
for
it.
coming out, man. So we'll definitely
think,
have to
I think on the finale episode, you should definitely bring out your Moon Knight custom because it's one of the best ones that I've seen.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, all right. So before we get going, where can our fans find you? I put a link to your Instagram in the description, but is there a place they can find you?
The messages of Brickspector, that's BRICKSPECTOR. That's going to be the best place to reach me, honestly.
All right.
And that's going to be on Instagram, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for coming out. Thank you to everybody who joined our episode today. A little bit shorter. This Moon Knight episode was very good, very introductory. Hopefully we'll have some more meat and potatoes to get into next Thursday. Thank you so much for coming out, Michael.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
Right.
So thank you to everybody that came out tonight. Don't forget, if you like the show, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you know when we go live. I got to look for my script real quick. Which our live shows will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. While you're at it, give us a follow on Instagram so you know where to find us. And there's my dad in the background. Thanks. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next time under
Under the helmet.